Hey guys, Brandon here from Exotic Cars 19, bringing you guys another video on the BRZ. Last time I was talking about my BRZ and was on camera, I brought you guys 8 things I dislike about my Subaru BRZ. I didn't want that to scare anyone away from getting a Subaru BRZ GT86 or FRS, so I'm bringing you guys now 13 things that I love about the Subaru BRZ. Like I said, I had this car, or a BRZ in general, for about 1.5 to 2 years. I forgot the exact date, and I just grow to love it more and more and more. I just find I don't know, the better you get at driving a car, the more comfortable you get, the more you start to love it. So I love this car right off the bat, and I grow to love it more and more. But every car had their little nitpick things, and I got those out of the way on the last video, and now I'm bringing you guys 13 things that I love about the Subaru BRZ. I'll try to make it quick because I want to just run my mouth about this car forever. I love it. Before I do start, quick shout out to Gold Pony, another automotive YouTuber. He specializes a little bit more in reviews. In fact, he just did a review on a Maserati Gran Turismo. Speaking about reviews, the only reviews I've done is with my last BRZ, this BRZ, and I'm planning on doing a review on the white Corvette C7 Z51, my dad's Corvette. I want that review to be my best video I've ever made on this car, so I'm going to take my time with that, film it in like the duration of like a couple days, and edit it in a couple days, and then I'll post it hopefully at the end of this week or something like that. I want that video to kind of set the bar a little higher for what Exotic Cars 19 Productions can do, because usually I just do quick videos, quick uploads, and people seem to like that. But I want that one to be a little bit different, so that's just a little heads up. Definitely a review coming on the Corvette. Another thing I want to say real quick, the day I'm shooting this video is July 2nd, so I want to wish Christian von Koenigsegg a happy birthday. I could make a 30-minute video just on why I love Koenigsegg Automotive so much, but to keep it simple, they were my favorite cars ever since I saw the Inside Koenigsegg videos from the Drive Network. I had so much respect for him, and then last October I got to meet Christian von Koenigsegg and see the Koenigsegg Agera HH in Austin during the US Grand Prix. He came here for some PR for America. Cool guy. They say don't meet your heroes, you'll only end up disappointed. Well, not if you pick the right heroes. Koenigsegg and Christian von Koenigsegg, the whole team, great people. In fact, I actually just picked up a 1/18 scale Koenigsegg Agera S that I just unboxed on my Exotic Cars 19 Extra channel. So I'll put a link to the Gold Pony, his YouTube channel, and that unboxing at the end of this video. But until then, let's get to what I love about the Subaru BRZ. The first thing I love about the Subaru BRZ is that it comes very well equipped at its base price of under $26,000. Now, you could say $26,000 is a bargain compared to other cars, and you could say it's expensive for what the car is. But consider this: how many cars are out there, usually German cars, Mercedes, Audi, BMW, have a starting price of 32 grand or whatever, and it's so impossible to get it at its base price. In fact, at 32,000 starting MSRP, you're actually going to be paying well into the 40,000s. As soon as you want power windows, navigation, you are so away from the base price. This starting at $25,700 ish. I'll double check on that, but it's under $26,000. It comes well equipped. You get the power windows. I believe the premium, the base model, gets navigation. But you get all the amenities, you get everything you need. And then the upgrades to get even more amenities are really cheap compared to the German rivals. It's so easy to make a German car $10,000, $15,000 more as soon as you start putting little options. But with Subaru, it comes in packages. You get the premium, or you get the limited for $2,000, and you get the spoiler, you get fog lights, but you get heated seats. There's so many things I'm gonna forget, but you get heated seats, you get the nav, dual zone automatic climate control. There's just so much, I just forgot, but so much, and it's so well worth it. So for $2,000, you get basically a car that's so well equipped. It's like German cars, like the Audi TT is so much more expensive than this with its options. When this has a huge gift basket of options for a $2,000 upgrade. So that's the first thing I love about it. Well equipped at its base price. In fact, you go to your local Subaru dealership right now, and you will find cars that are $500 away from its base price, if not at its base price, which is something that that's commendable by Subaru. Second thing I like about the Subaru BRZ is everything in the interior just makes sense. You could sit in it for 5 or 10 minutes if you never sat in one before, look around, look at all the buttons and everything, and you just understand the car. Other cars, like the Corvette, I'm not saying this is so much of a bad thing, but there's just so many different layouts and this and that it's just hard to wrap your head around, and you have to get familiar with the car for a few months even, until you feel comfortable with everything. With the Subaru BRZ, you get a lot of options. It's not like a stripped down race car by any means, but you sit down and you understand how the interior works. Everything has a direct function. You know, volume is obvious. Everything on this car is just obvious. With other cars, you might have to figure out a little bit. So that's one thing I love about the BRZ as well. The third thing I love about the Subaru BRZ is the seats. These seats do a really good job at bridging the gap between a comfortable cruiser and race seats. Although this isn't a race car, I don't want to sound like I think my car is a race car. These seats, like I said, they do a really good job at finding a nice comfortable spot in the middle. These bolsters stick out so far, so on these windy roads, you are so planted. It's insane. So you feel like you're not moving out of these seats, and when you go into like a regular seat, you feel like you're about to fall off after you got out of a car like this. You feel so planted, but these seats are firm enough, but they're not uncomfortable by any means. The longest drive I did in this car, I don't really road trip as much as I would like to, at least not yet. The longest trip I did was 3 hours round trip, so 1.5 hours each way. And I'm gonna have to let this motorcyclist pass me real quick. But anyway, it does a great job because it's so comfortable. You feel at home right when you sit in this car for as long as your trip is. So Subaru did a really good job at bridging the gap between the seats, like I said. The fourth thing I love about the Subaru BRZ is, like I said on my complaints video about the gears, and sometimes it's kind of notchy. That's very rare, and when it's not notchy, I love this gear lever. The throws are so short. I've only driven 2 manual cars actually. It was the BRZ and then the Lotus Evora S. The Lotus has a great transmission, but that's a normal transmission. I was so surprised to see how long those gear throws are. This car is so incredibly short. From first to second, it's like just no movement at all. So very short throws, and the actual feel and I don't know, it's just so solid when it finally does get in gear. So the overall feel and how short the throws are, very good. I love that about the BRZ. The fifth thing I love about the Subaru BRZ is the overall steering feel. It feels so, it's not too stiff, but it is stiff. It's exactly where I want it. The only car that I think the steering feel feels just as good, I wouldn't say it's better, but the Lotus, although you're going a whole lot faster and it's a lot more planted to the ground, as far as just the stiffness and the overall feel, is just awesome. The Corvette drives unbelievable, straight lines and windy roads, but I feel like the electronically assisted steering wheel on the Corvette is a little too easy, and I think they did that just so it could be, you know, just more comfortable as a daily driver. When you put the Corvette into track mode, it does stiffen up a bit, and it's better, but I don't know why I'm so addicted to this steering feel. Throughout the corners, it's still stiff, and you still have to, I don't know, you got to be on it, and I don't know, it just works really well. So steering feel in general and like the overall stiffness, I love that about the BRZ. The sixth thing I love about the BRZ is on windy roads like this, it just feels so planted. That'll bring me to my next point, but just on windy roads like this, you're just on these long bends, and you don't feel any threat of oversteer or understeer. But if you push hard enough on really tight corners, you'll get some understeer, and if you really want to, you can turn traction control completely off, and you can have a lot of oversteer if you wish to. But when you're just cruising fairly quickly on a windy road like this, it's just so planted on all these long bends. There's just no give, and the car just feels so confident in it, and that kind of feel just doesn't come from Mustangs and all that, in my opinion. So this is a confidence builder when it comes to these windy roads like this. Another thing I love about the Subaru BRZ is, you probably hear it a lot, the low center of gravity. This car has such a great center of gravity. I believe it is 18.1 inches off the ground. It is so unbelievably low. When you lift the hood up, you see that it's obviously a front engine, but it's like a front mid-engine because it's so low and pushed right to the cabin. So with that combination, making it a light car and light engine, the center of gravity and, again, the steering feel and how planted it is, all comes because of the 18.1 inch ground clearance. or not ground clearance, but center of gravity off the ground. So low center of gravity, you definitely feel it on this car, especially on a road like this. The 8th thing I love about the Subaru BRZ is the ground clearance, how it's actually practical. Now, some people will argue with me and they are going to slam their FRS, GT86, or BRZ, and they're just going to slam them until it's about an inch off the ground. But I think from the factory, it's fine. It doesn't look goofy high up. Yeah, you have a pretty good amount of like space between the tire and the you know, the fender. But that's kind of meant so you could put your own wheels on them and go a little bit bigger in wheels. But what people are doing is they slam them, and I mean, you know, to each their own, they can do whatever they want with their car. But in my opinion, this car comes from the factory with the perfect center of gravity. Like I said, it doesn't look goofy high, but there's not a single speed bump in the world so far that I've had a problem with. My driveway is incredibly stiff. All I have to do is go at a slight angle and I'm above by about 2.5 inches, and I have a pretty steep driveway. So it's such a practical ground clearance, and you don't have to be so, you know, worried about it, but it doesn't look goofy low. It looks good. It still looks sporty. So they found a really, really good middle with the ground clearance. So that's another thing I love about the BRZ. Another thing I love about the Subaru BRZ, and I mentioned this in my dislikes video just to say it, but I'm gonna go ahead and talk a little bit more about it here. It feels a lot faster than it is. Now, some people don't like that, and I admit, there's nothing like feeling fast when you're going really, really fast, like in the Corvette, when you're going around a bend or whatever, and you're actually going fast, and you definitely feel fast. But this car does a really, really good job at making you feel like you're going a lot faster than you are. So it's just one of those things. So it's more like the fun factor that I mentioned too, with like the Lotus, not so much the Evora S, but you know, like the Elise. It's just a fun factor. So it's not so much performance first, but just the joy of driving. And with this thing is you feel a lot faster, like I said. So it's funny, you could accelerate from a standstill and you feel like you're speeding, and really you just met the speed limit and you're doing like 45. So like that happened in the last video when I demonstrated that. You feel like, and especially in all these bends, because you just feel like you're in a low car with great steering feel, you feel like you're just flying through all these bends, but really you're doing the speed limit. So it'd be kind of hard to get in trouble with this thing, but not too hard, of course, with any car. But yeah, it feels a lot faster than it's going. Not so much in a straight line, but on a road like this, it sure does. And that's one thing I actually really like about the BRZ. Another thing I love about the BRZ regarding practicality is the gas mileage. You're getting about 22 miles to the gallon city and about 30 highway. The gas tank is really, really small, and it takes premium gas, so it feels like you're going through gas fairly well. But really, when this thing is empty of gas, like just barely any gas left, and I fill it, it never goes into the $30 range. That's how small the gas tank is. And again, that's the expensive premium gas. Except one time when the gas prices were a lot more than they are now, and I got to like $33 or something like that when it was like really, really low. If I were to fill it up when it's like 3/4 empty, I'm gonna be around like $20 so, 20, 25, maybe 20-ish. So gas mileage is actually pretty practical, a lot of fun with preserving your gas for more fun. So gas mileage, another plus for the BRZ. The next thing I love about the Subaru BRZ is the design. Now that's always going to be controversial. People are going to say that one car looks good when someone else thinks the other otherwise. My favorite car in design is the Koenigsegg Agera. People are going to disagree with that. So it's just a opinionated kind of thing. But the Subaru BRZ, especially in the series blue package with the white, with the black wheels and everything like that, I think it does a really, really good job at looking sleek and sharp at the same time. So it's just something about the curves. You really know when you hand wash a car like this, but it's just, they designed it to where, I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see how it dates in the next 5 to 10 years, because I think it is a very, very sleek yet sharp design. So for people who don't know what this is, like people who don't know anything about cars, they're shocked to know that it's either a Scion, Toyota, or BRZ, or a Subaru, because it just looks a bit sleeker. People think it looks a little bit more expensive than it is. And this black roof wrap I got on the BRZ kind of helps with that. It just looks like it's something out of its price range that it is in at. So overall, the design, I think they did a great job at it. The 12th thing I like about this car, sticking on the idea of practicality, is the overall trunk space. You could even fold the back seats down that I've only used once, and that surprised me, really small back seats. But you could fold those things down and you can see the trunk from here. So then you have a lot of room to stretch large objects into the trunk. And even without folding the seats, you actually have a lot of room, and it's so practical. I got a lot of groceries. One time my mom and I went to the grocery store and got a lot of groceries, and we had so much extra room, and we never took down the seats or folded the seats. So it's actually really, really practical as far as trunk space. And again, like I said, folding the seats for large objects is actually a lot more beneficial than you might think. The last thing that I love about the Subaru BRZ and all of its brothers and sisters like the Scion FRS and Toyota GT86 is just how customizable and upgradable they are. Now, me personally, I don't think I need to do too much with this because it's the Series Blue, and I think they did a really, really good job right off the bat. But I put the black roof wrap like you could do with any other car. I'm gonna go ahead and turn around this parking garage. But you see what a lot of people are doing. Like, I got a buddy of mine who has a FRS, and he did so many things to it, and people love that thing. Oh, would you look at that? It's a blacked out C7 Corvette next to an Audi TT. All right, but anyway, I'll go ahead and put like a little clip of my buddy's FRS. He lowered that thing, he put new wheels, he did so much to it, and it just looks like obviously no other FRS. They are so customizable. People are having so much fun upgrading them and doing whatever they want. There's a FRS who, it was so incredibly upgraded, and it was pulling some crazy quarter-mile times. I'll try to see if I could get a clip of that in here. But, so it's just fun. So on me, I don't really want to upgrade this car too much, just because I think it's just fun and an overall good, reliable package as it is now. But as far as customization goes, it's just so much fun to see what people can do with these cars. So that's the last thing I love about the Subaru BRZ. I thank you guys so much for watching. So if you guys missed my last video of the 8 little minor things that I dislike about this car, I'll go ahead and put the link at the end of this video, or actually I'll put it right now. So with that said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and park right here because that's a wrap. So again, guys, what to expect from this channel, I'm going to go to obviously some more car events, get some more exotic car videos and all that, and then a review on the C7 Corvette definitely coming soon. So with that, that does it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good day.